And as I mentioned last week, we're going to start a series about tech in the home. And we're going to look
Yes.
at different ways that you can add technology to your home for a better life experience. Because, technology is great.
It is. It makes you lazy and makes you just sit. You just press the button, remote control
It
everything.
makes you think harder. Think harder, not work harder.
No, you have to think harder when you have to do things,
Yes, do things with your brain. So we're going to be looking at cleaning systems. We're going to be looking at living room comforts, which is really cool. We're going to be looking at kitchen appliances.
I like that.
And bedroom tech.
Okay.
Things in your bedroom.
All right. Batteries included.
That's right. I was listening to Uncensored last night. Let's not go there. Morning, Mr. Green. But today we're going to be talking about solar energy, because you can't have tech in your home without power.
Solar energy. We've been talking about solar energy for a couple of decades, and it got a nice bump in the 80s, and everybody was into it.
Yes.
It has not taken off.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Yes.
it's not good.
No, it is good, but like everything else, it has to develop. It has to be cost effective. It has to be efficient, and that takes time. We weren't using gas just the other day.
Yeah.
That took time as well.
But it was such a good idea that they thought was just going to... And it's free.
It's free.
It's free.
It's free. I mean, there are tourists paying thousands of US dollars to flock to Jamaica for our sun, and we're importing oil from other countries. I mean, it's appalling. So we're going to get on the solar energy bandwagon. I say we because I'm not yet on it, and I also need to get on it. So
Okay.
you can set up solar energy for your home, and you can be completely off the JPS grid, which is...
That's not true, is
a
it? You're
legal
misleading
way.
us.
It's a legal way to cut your light bill. Eventually, you can be generating power and selling to the grid.
She's overstating it, folks.
Maybe
That
for
is not going to
2010,
happen.
It can happen. Maybe not for 2010, but it can happen.
Yes, if you line your roof with solar panels, you dig up your grass and line the whole of the lawn with solar panels,
Yes.
because the amount of space it takes up, it's not economical to even run your
It
house.
takes a little bit of space, but this is why technology is helping solar production, because years ago you really needed quite a bit of solar panels
Right.
to get even 12 volts of energy.
Yeah.
Now it is that you can get that same 12 volts with a lot less, and it's going to improve. Of course, my big concern for solar panels is hurricanes. You switch out your shingle roof or your slab roof or whatever, you put down solar panels, and Hurricane Claudette comes along, hi mom,
and
then all
rips
of a
off your
sudden,
solar panels,
everything
plus
goes.
rain and no sunshine.
No sunshine. That's why you see you have the grid as backup. You can't
Yeah.
go without the grid. But yes, it is possible to set up these solar panels and generate power for your home. Right? You can do it yourself. There are a number of persons in Jamaica that provide it. And let's say that you want
Usually
to
just
dabble.
the heaters, though.
Thank you very much. You can dabble with solar energy by starting with heaters.
Yeah.
There are some countries where solar heaters are standard. We don't have that yet. We need to get there. And I need to say good morning and thank you to Minister Babsy Grange. Sorry, Minister Olivia Grange. I saw
Little
last
friendly
night.
there, aren't
Yes,
you?
I know.
I know her too. I can call her Babsy
Yes,
when
you
I
can.
see her.
Yes, I'll call
Yeah.
her Miss Grange. But I saw her last night, and she mentioned to me when she said she listens to the show.
Does she?
I
Wow.
told her what the topic was, and she said, oh, we offer incentives in Jamaica to get a solar heater, and I didn't know that. So I did some research. You can get a loan for $250,000 through the NHT. The National Housing Trust is offering loans to get water heaters.
Really?
Yes, not just for individuals, for businesses too.
Well, if you say for businesses, I was going to say, does that mean you have to be buying one of these starter homes to get that tacked on to the loan that you had before?
No, you don't.
Or if I can just walk in?
Mm-hmm. There are some criteria that's on their website. That
I
of course,
imagine.
you need to be a contributor, a regular contributor for X amount of time and stuff. But when I saw the figure that you could get a loan of up to $250,000.
Yeah, but how much does a water heater cost?
Right.
That starts to make me worried now.
That's exactly the feeling I had. So I did some research, and yes, water heaters start at about $170,000, $180,000.
Are you serious?
I am. But the point is, it drops your electricity bill, and then you save that money in the long term.
Do you know what the turnaround time is on the investment? Meaning, how much are you saving each month to, is it $2,000 a month? And it will take you 10 years to make back your money?
Francois, that's an excellent question. In all
I
the
ask
research
good
that
questions.
I did, yes, you do. In all the research that I did, in the persons that I called, I couldn't get anyone to definitively say to me, guess what? You're going to save $10 and you're going to make it back into it. No one would say that to me. Part of it is because, of course, our energy is different. It fluctuates with the foreign exchange rate, and it fluctuates with a lot of other things. So it's hard for them to put a definitive figure.
Rubbish.
On it.
They can just work with the figure that you have right now. Don't want to fluctuate anything, and just make a prediction.
Yes.
I really would like to know what that turnaround is.
Hopefully our listeners can tell us, because I want to know too. And it's good for the environment. Another thing I should mention in this year of 2010 is that purchases of water heaters are tax free. You don't have to pay TCT when you're buying a solar water heater.
All right, I like what you're saying there. I'm coming
so
around.
You can dabble a little bit. Now I couldn't find them this morning. I really am sorry, but I have a number of portable solar chargers. Yes.
Oh.
I have my good friend Jerome hunting down the place to try and find his solar knapsack. So he has a knapsack that has solar panels on it. And he walks around.
And what can that power?
It can charge his iPhone. It can charge his BlackBerry. It can charge his Sony PS3.
I'm down with that.
Sorry.
If you have a little thing that can charge a phone with solar, I would buy it.
Yes.
Because you never know when you would need something like that.
And you save yourself money because you're not taking energy off the grid. And why not use the sun?
You could plug it into your car as well, So,
yes.
And how much energy does a phone need to be charged? Not very much.
Some of the high-end phones, some of the smartphones need a lot more. But you can go out and you can get these portable chargers.
Yeah.
And they're really quite good. As technology improves, they're getting much, much better.
But how many people are using it other than heaters in their homes? Meaning they're using it, the Jamaica House, they do the outside lights with it. But how many homes have a panel to do maybe outside lights, to do maybe one room, to do maybe something else?
And this is why we need to change it, especially for the exterior lights. I'm glad you brought that up at Jamaica House. Why not use solar lighting for all our lights in Jamaica? Why don't we have solar panels on more lights?
On all the street lights?
Yes.
Well, those lights use too much energy.
It can work though.
It could work, but the panel would have to be a little larger than the panel there. But you have the garden lights that you can put in. I can't find anybody out here who sells those.
Using them?
The stake, you just put it in, and it's some ambient light. It's very decorative.
And it's good for security as well.
Yes. And the dogs get to see their way around the place. So, and that's all solar. Doesn't cost you a cent after that.
That's right. So we need to have much, much more of this. But there is a gentleman, I looked him up, in 2006, he built his house that is completely run on solar energy. So 95% on solar energy, which, as far as I'm concerned, is completely. He's a retired chef. His name is Shank. That looks like Shank to me.
Yes.
Yes, from Spring Farm in St. James. He's running 95% of his house. Now, mind you.
Hans, invite us over.
Yes, it was not cheap, but he did it, and it can be done. But we can dabble, as you say. We can get some exterior lighting with it. We can charge our phones with it, and we can get a solar water heater right now, and we can cut our consumption as well as save the environment.
I support you 100%
So you're gonna buy a solar water heater?
I would,
$250,000.
but I'm going over to NHT, find out what they can do for me on this. If you want to find out more about this, trivialonfame.blogspot.com, go check it out. Or if you know more than Carlette does on solar heaters and solar panels, you can text us 878-FAME. Or if she opened your eyes and you want some more information on it, text us right now. Or if you don't even want to talk about that, you want to talk about something totally different to do with tech stuff, text us right now. She's hanging around for the lightning round. 878-FAME.